Hey out there, fellow YouTubers. I apologize. It's been a few days since I uploaded, and I promised myself I was gonna upload every day. I got really sick, actually, and I haven't got anybody else trained to do this yet. I have quite a large source of people. I just haven't utilized them. So, but I've been sleeping most of the last few days, and then I lay awake at night because I can't sleep. It's a vicious cycle. I'm trying to stay awake. Today I've had a shower, which makes me feel like a new person, as I'm sure it does most of you after you've been sick. But I'm so worn out just from taking the shower. I know that it ties in directly to that fibro, but it's very frustrating because I used to go for hours and hours and hours and miles and miles and miles and just not ever stop until I, pretty much just fell asleep, which would always take forever. So, it's been a week. I had hoped this Labor Day weekend to get the kids out of the house, maybe take them out to Cadillac Ranch, let them spray paint names on cars, the usual, but I didn't do anything. I just stayed in bed and slept a lot. It's very exhausting to be like this, and it's very frustrating whenever you take a shower to revitalize yourself and you end up running out of steam, for lack of a better term. I'm not holding the fibro accountable. I'm not making it seem, or I'm not trying to make it seem like I can't live, because obviously I can. It's just, there are times that it's better than others, and because of the illness, it's been really, really bad. So, it takes so much out of me these days. Honestly, I just kind of want to go back to sleep. But my darling husband, Michael, has been taking off of work early to go pick up boys for me because I haven't been able to get out and go do it. So I'm trying really hard to be on top of that right now. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm trying. It's really hard, though, whenever you have cuddlers like this. That's the bean, sound asleep. And this, that's my Brutus. And they're both angels. I'm so blessed to have them. I love my cats. All four of them. Even the noisy one. And the big, I don't want to be touched by anybody except Mom one. I don't know. I honestly, I kind of want to lay down and go back to sleep now because I've had my shower. I pray that none of you ever have to go through this. Or that if you do, you fight for it hard enough before it gets to the point like mine is, and you can't. It's harder. Okay. Always be your own advocate. Always. I can't tell you how many tests I've gone in for, and they tell me that I'm within normal parameters. Well, most of the time, whenever I'm within normal parameters, there is something wrong. I was in the hospital for almost a month back in 2012 with my gallbladder, and I kept telling them it was my gallbladder. I kept saying, this is the pain, that's where it is, you touch there, I cry. But every test they ran, ultrasound, CT, papilla scan. It's all of it came back within normal parameters. And they finally agreed to take it out, but they told me, they said, you've only got a 50% chance of this working. And I looked at the doctor and I said, 50% chance is 100 times better than 0% chance of being able to function. I couldn't eat. I'd lost 20 pounds in like 2 weeks. I was miserable. My doctor was trying to keep me out of the hospital, and I'd go in to see her and she'd run an IV. And I did that every day for weeks, because all of the tests that she kept sending me for came back within normal parameters. She knew something was wrong, but she couldn't figure out what. And that was the problem I faced with all of that. So, I kept fighting, and they finally took it out. I woke up from surgery in pain, but not in the same kind of pain, and it was immediate. I could tell immediately that pain that had been hounding me for months, making me so sick, was gone. And the surgeon came in the next morning to check on me, and he said it was a good thing that they separated me from that when they did, because the wall of my gallbladder was like rice paper thin, and it was distended. Another day or so and it probably would have exploded inside of me. So always be your own advocate. Don't give up, even whenever you're called all kinds of things. Honestly, that's why I didn't seek treatment for my fibro for so long, is because I kept being told that I was a drug seeker and an addict and things. And I'm really not. I don't like to take pain pills. I don't like to be on things that make me feel loopy. I like to be in complete control of how I behave and what I'm doing. So I just kept putting it off. Oh, I can deal with this. I can deal with this. I've been dealing with this for months. I can handle this. I'm a goddess. I can do anything. That's what I tell myself. I'm a goddess. I can handle anything. Well, I can't handle this. Not on my own anymore. So I am a walking pharmacy. I take a pain pill 3 times a day. I take a muscle relaxer 3 times a day. I take a pill to make me go to sleep. I take a pill to keep me asleep and relax me. I take a pill for antidepressant, because that's always how they treat fibro. And then I also take a pill that's an antispasmodic to help my legs and stuff not twitch at night. It's not working right now, and I don't know if it's because I've been sick and my body's just so twisted, or if I got sick because of it. Everything's up in the air at this point. But this is what I deal with. I'm not trying to put this out there to make everybody go, oh, poor you. I don't want your sympathies. I really don't. I am a grown woman, and I am perfectly capable of handling myself and dealing with my stuff. I'm just putting it out there that because of the fibro combined with the illness, I really just slept pretty much for the last few days. And whenever I wasn't sleeping, I was a mess. I was wearing a tank top because I was so hot, and I hadn't brushed my hair in days, and honestly, you guys wouldn't have wanted to see that, much less me putting it out there. So until I get my husband or my children trained in doing one-take vlogs and posting them online for me, I'm kind of doing this on my own. I don't have a problem with that. I enjoy it. I've been thinking about possibly doing other things, not just travel, but like other things. I crochet. I could show you guys some of the stuff I do, how to make a quick scarf or something. I'm really not that talented. I'm self-taught, and so I'm currently in the process of teaching myself how to do other things like granny squares and things like that. My great-grandma had made this beautiful blanket, and it was made out of the itchiest yarn, but I loved that blanket. It didn't matter how many times you washed it or what, it was still the itchiest blanket, but it was so beautiful. It was like this ruddy red color, and it was, each square in the center of it had a flower, a crocheted flower, and I just thought that blanket was the most beautiful thing in the world. I don't know what happened to it, but it's still up here, and I would like to do that at some point. Most of the people in my family can do crochet or could do crochet. It started with my great-grandmother, Lorraine Harris, and then it passed to my grandfather, B.J. Harris, and then to my aunt, but she was kind of self-taught too, Susan, and then I've taught myself. It's not for lack of people trying to teach me. I'm very stubborn, and I work at my own pace, and I don't like anybody going, well, you just screwed that up. You know what? I can tell whenever I screwed up, then I frog it, and then I get pissed because I'm having to redo it, and it sucks. Okay? I don't need help. I'm an artsy-craftsy person. I do all kinds of things. I have this burlap rose here that I bought, and I dipped it in this beautiful orangey paint, and this is gonna go on my front door at some point, whenever I remember to pull the current wreath down and put that on there. I do cosplay, although not... this was actually my first year in trying to put together a costume, and I did Liv from my zombie for our Amicon here, and that was great because I got to meet Steve Bloom, who has done the voices in, oh my gosh, so many things. But if you're my age, you probably remember him as Spike from Cowboy Bebop the most. So that was really cool. He was a wonderful person, and I really enjoyed being able to talk to him and pick his brain a little bit. I have a lot of artsy-craftsy friends. I like to color. I like to refinish furniture. I'm a gardener. I'm a researcher. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I could do here on YouTube. So, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see kind of how I feel about going with this. Either way, it's still the Sparks family. Either way, it's still our adventures. Some of them are just going to be a lot closer to home than others. It happens. Yesterday was our open house for the high school, and my son's first Cub Scout meeting? I don't know. Cub Scouts? That sounds right. Of course, they were within 30 minutes of each other, and I couldn't go. So, that was an exciting time. I'm sorry, you guys. I am exhausted, and I think I'm wearing myself out more by talking here. I kind of feel like I'm digging to try to talk, and that's never good. So I'm going to sign off here. Please leave me a comment down below if you would like to see some of these other things that I do. If not, I certainly understand. But leave me some comments down below about what you would like to see as far as these videos go. I'm not out there to please everybody, okay? But I want to try to find a ground that we can start from. I really feel like I can do this. So, anyway, again, like, subscribe. You don't have to share if you don't want to. I know how it is. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see. And we'll talk about it, okay? All right. You folks have a great... Is it Wednesday? It is. Y'all have a great Wednesday. It's September 7th. And I will see y'all tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Until then, you can find me on Twitter at YELLOROSE25. That's Twitter. Of course, I put all of this information in the description, so be sure to check there. I am on Instagram, YellowRose34, YELLOROSE34, and on Periscope and Snapchat at YELLOROSE35. So, anyway, I look forward to hearing from y'all. On to the next.